Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you guys about a light setup for your AK-47. Okay, so it's been pretty well established that you gotta have a red dot for your rifle. The best place to have a red dot for your AK-47 is mounted on top of the gas tube. The way this system works is the bottom rail clamps on to the barrel, and then the top rail bolts onto the bottom rail, and the red dot goes on top. So you got your red dot there. Then you have your sling. The sling will typically attach, someplace in the back and someplace up here. All right. So now the question becomes, where do we put the light? Okay. The problem with the AK-47 when you have this type of a rail is you don't have a whole lot of space. Once you add your hand to this equation, there's not a whole lot of space to put things. Now, one option I experimented with was taking a rail like this and clamping it a little forward on the barrel over here, right? So this clamps onto the barrel, and then you're able to take your light and put it forward. Problem with that is that, if you're here, you're trying to get up to the light, the sling is in your way. I did experiment with trying to take this piece here and moving the sling a little further back. Again, now, it can work. Things are very, very cramped. And also I found that by this moving a little further back here, the rifle did become a little less stable, when you were doing other things besides shooting, when you were just moving around. So the next best place is, okay, let's go to the other side. So took a light like this. Let's see if we can clamp down it. There it goes. Light is on. Now, problem is this, of course, has a button that has to get pushed in the back. So the nice thing about these stream lights is that they come with a second end cap that allows you to put a pressure pad, attach a pressure pad to the back. So what I would do is I would take the pressure pad and run that around this side, and I would have the pressure pad here. All right, so that worked. Things were a little cramped on this side because, as you can see now, where's my finger supposed to go? And I gotta tell you, having your finger underneath here, I mean, that can easily break your finger. So I really don't love this idea. I usually ended up holding the rifle something like this or underneath like that. But that's, this was still not very comfortable. And the problem with the pressure pad is that once you put the pressure pad on and you zip tie it down, right? I would use these little holes here to run the zip ties through and zip tie it down. Yeah, it did work. It was very good. But a lot of times when I'm shooting, I don't want to have the light on the gun. So now I have to actually cut the zip ties. It's removing the light once you have the pressure pad on and it's zip tied down is not as easy as just unscrewing it and throwing it off. So I didn't love that idea either. So I came up with something that's been working really good for me. Basically, I've been using a pistol light on my AK-47. Nice thing about the pistol light, especially the stream light, specifically the stream light pistol light, is that it has the butterfly switch here, where I can hold the gun here and I can activate this with my finger. Okay, so I found that this works really well. It's not in the way. I have a place to put my hand here. All right, I'm able to easily remove this, and put it back on, and then you just twist it to tie it, to make it more secure. It's small, it's compact. Let's talk about the size for a second. Okay. First of all, both of these have the same power. These are both 1,000 lumen lights. Okay, these are both stream light. They're both 1,000 lumen lights. They both have the same batteries. They have two of those CR123 batteries. The difference is that the batteries on this light are back to back, right? So you got battery here, battery there. Whereas on this one, they are side by side. So this becomes longer, whereas this becomes wider, right? You can see how this is wider. So as far as the AK-47, I would rather have a short, wider light. If I can get the same lumens out of it. It's 1,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens, and 1,000 lumens. Now, I have noticed that this light here, since it was designed for a rifle, does have a slightly better throw. It does throw out the light a little bit further. I've been able to hit targets at night out to about 130 yards. They say 300 yards, but especially type of area that I'm in with woods and with shadows, you know, realistically, this will go out to max distance 130 yards at night. This one, it tends to have a slightly wider beam, so it's not going to get that far out. This one will reach out to about 100 yards, okay, as far as being able to actually see a target. And when I say see a target, I mean like a white target, okay, because if you're trying to shoot something that's dark or shadowy, you're not going to see it with either light. Practically speaking, if you're in a situation like this in the woods, you know, both of these are like 50 to 75 yard lights, and closer, right? Even realistically inside of 50 yards, that's where these lights are practical. You know, they're used to identify things. You know, put the light on, move to a different position, shoot from there. But that's what I want to share with you guys. I have found this to be very practical for an AK-47. It goes on easy. Oh, hold on, I twisted it. There it goes. It goes on pretty easy. Once you put it on, you just give it a twist like that. Okay, right? It's out of the way. You get your sling on, and then basically you just light on. You know, you just activate it with the hand on. One thing you gotta be careful of is with a light like this that has that butterfly switch, the stream light, it's pretty easy to have what we call negligent light discharge. That's where you accidentally hit these switches, and you turn on the light when you don't intend to turn on the light, which can give away your position. So that's one of the drawbacks of using this type of a light. However, in the home defense type of situation, I don't think that's really going to be an issue. You just want to get the light on when you want to get it on really quickly. One of the benefits that I have discovered in training people in home defense type of situation is when you got your light on, I tell people you don't never want to fire a warning shot. A lot of things can go wrong with warning shots. You might hit the wrong thing. You might blind yourself from the flash. You might go deaf from the noise. But the light gives you a way to warn somebody very sternly. You put 1,000 looms in somebody's face, they know you mean business. And what that's going to do is going to force something to happen right then and there. They're either going to back down, right? Comply with whatever orders you give them. Lay down the ground, facing the other direction, whatever it is, or they're going to immediately charge you, right, or attack you. In which case, when you put that light in somebody's face, you know that something is going to happen right then and there. So that's a very good use of the light. And one of the reasons why I like very powerful lights on guns, this 1,000 lume pistol light, serves that goal pretty well, I think. So a couple things for you guys to think about. In the future, if when I'm buying another AK-47, I'm setting it up. One of the options that we do have is simply getting a longer rail that comes out to here. The way that works is, let me get this light off for a second. This one, see, that's why I like these lights. Easy on, easy off. That's important to me. But you can get an extended rail. This piece over here needs to be cut out. Basically, you gotta use a grinding wheel to cut this piece out that comes on the rifle. At the time that I upgraded this rifle to this system, I don't even know if that was available. I wasn't aware of it. But that's what I would do with the next AK that I get. I would simply get a longer rail. They cost about the same money. These rail systems cost about $150. So I would simply get a longer rail that comes up to here. And then this way I have a lot more real estate to put lights on and whatever else I might need to put on the gun. So if you guys have any questions, comments, put in the comment section. If you're not a member of my channel, please subscribe. See you guys next time.